Even if you're on the right track, you'll still get run over if you just sit there.
Kuzzle up against ProboX, a very hard match to predict. I really don't know who's going to win this. Both these players are relatively new to the competitive community. ProboX is a wildcard entry. He just luckily got into the tournament because Lockie was inactive. He's only of age 15. That might mean he might be decent at micro. Otherwise, I'm not too sure about his gameplay, as his ladder record hasn't been too impressive, especially not playing the top tier at 4 to 8 wins and losses. He hasn't had a player profile, so I'll mention that he does have two dogs, a Lassie and a Jack Russell. Likes to go outside with them, and also likes cooking. That's very interesting. So any girl watchers, I don't think any females watch it, maybe one or two girlfriends. Speaking of girlfriends, Kazul, it's a shout out for his girlfriend being such a nice person. So she's the best apparently, because she waited for him while playing a tournament game. And thank you as well on behalf of the competitive community for waiting for Kazul. Behind a great man is always a great lady. So thank you, Kuzzle's girlfriend. And Kuzzle has an impressive record, by the way. Kuzzle's girlfriend, he's awesome. 14 wins to 1 loss in the ladder. That's pretty impressive. Hey, but has yet to play any of the top players. So let's see how he goes. He's not playing up against a top player in this game. So judging by his record, I think he's going to do pretty well. So based on stats, I say Kuzzle in 2 games. G'day, welcome to Deb, and we're here to see Kazul from Finland on the Japanese team, and he's up against ProboX from Germany, who got in to replace Lockie. He was inactive. And we have the wonderful Simers here, USA. Say hello.
Hello, hello. How is everyone doing today?
I'm good, thank you, Simers. How are you today?
Oh, it's a Friday. You know, winding down for the weekend, excited about some AS2.
And we have Kazul coming into the center quickly with the assault squad. At the other end we have the assault squad from ProboX. Both of them opting for all flags. Western point 3 versus 1 though, so I think ProboX may get the Western. Eastern is also going to go to ProboX. What a pretty good opening. He got to the side flags quicker, but the center will go to Kazul. With no elite marksman.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. And you know, it's funny, ProboX didn't really... He just kind of has a couple guys in the middle. He really spread his guys out, but honestly, he's getting out microed on the Western flag.
So it's
He may have a disadvantage there.
2 versus 3 now, okay. It's quite dangerous to get grenaded right now, those two guys, but holding with the Pippishes. And on the eastern point, making a bit of work. Kazul's actually doing the grenade maker quite well on the western, but center, looks like he opted to just defend that because the positions of those SMGs are further back, not in the front, so just...
Yeah, and that's not too bad, to be honest with you. The last thing you really want to do is just give up that whole middle. And those sandbags there, because you can flank, you know, to that eastern or western side from that middle, and you never want to give up that middle right there.
That's true, that's true. On another thought with the elite marksman, actually I've just noticed there are Japanese and Soviets, so Soviets do have the good assault squads with the Pippishes, and the Japanese also have good assault squads and bad elite marksmen, so that does make sense now.
Yeah, ProboX is storming the middle now though. He's had enough of that.
A nice charge there with a full squad, just totally outnumbers Kazul on that end. Still the Western is now to ProboX, Eastern Point is in contention now. Kazul storming the rest of his assault squad in, and we have a assault squad from both ends, I believe. No escalation as of yet.
Yeah, fairly even so far.
Perhaps
Kill-wise, though, yeah, ProboX is up just a few, but fairly even.
Yeah, I don't know. Right now it seems like both of them are doing okay infantry wise. I think the kill count's quite even. Maybe there's no need to escalate at the vehicles yet. I think both of them are just thinking, let's just try out micro the enemy, try just get the dominance infantry, and really that means nobody needs to go vehicles.
Exactly. Sometimes the first person who goes a vehicle usually is the guy getting out, out infantry and out microed. So I definitely see where you're going with that. I like the fact ProboX is going ahead and getting vision on spawn though. He's got a guy crawling up there. That's a nice move right there.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, nice. Very, very nice indeed. There's quite a lot of opportunity for Kuzzle to do so as well in the west and even the east. I haven't seen that much of this tournament yet, but Dilma definitely showed it in the ladder a lot, so hopefully we get to see more of that in the future. ProboX trying to micro his way into the center, setting a shock infantry right now, and here comes some flaming action up the hill, and he's going to get a few barbecued Japanese, don't know what you call Japanese grilling.
Yeah, I don't know what you call it either.
I was going to say teppanyaki or whatever, but I'm not too sure.
Teriyaki.
Teriyaki salt squads. So
He only got one though. So, but,
all potential.
That flamer though is it's going to be just in defense like that, and so he's not going to really have to micro that much. Right under that sandbag there. Especially
the Soviet ones, they automatically fire, as you know. Eastern Point was held quite well by Kuzzle, takes out 3, but here's a potential flaming action from ProboX if he wants to. Oh, but he may get grenaded. That's a nicely cooked grenade by Kuzzle, and hits its mark. Still that backfield SMG there will prove quite lethal, might ambush some sort of vehicle, but here's the escalation from Kazul, and it's still even infantry wise, so he's decided for the safe 20 mil buy. Always safe on this map, Deb, to go to 20 mils in fact, but I guess as the Soviets you don't have that option, so really I think maybe I don't know what to buy, maybe a T-34? What do you think?
Well, you can keep the T-60 back, and you can just, pepper it. But you're right, it is kind of hard to, you can't really destroy it per se with the T-60, so that's interesting. Oh, I apologize. I'm talking about the wrong one? No, you're right. Yeah, T-60, so, I don't know, what would you do, Strat?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess 20 mil is definitely, for me, infantry killers are crazy and they decide games, so I just want that dead. So I might go early T-34 76.
Yeah, well, we got a half track out though, so that's not going to work.
No, I don't know about that. That's pretty late. To me, half tracks in the early...
late in the game, right?
Yeah, very late in the game.
Minutes.
And especially he's got a 20 mil of this sort, you can't actually bait. Half tracks may be good for baiting. You get a half track, then you may get a light 80 gun, and force the enemy to buy a Lux or something, or some sort of tank to kill your half track, and then your 80 guns waiting for it. But otherwise, yeah, it's no good at the start in my opinion. Easily countered, as Kuzzle is getting the center point through just infantry grenades, forcing all of ProboX's infantry to prone down because the 20 mils out. It's in a good position, can take out both flags, but it's a bit far away. He's choosing more safety, I guess, because he's pretty much just on the top of the hill, so he can quite easily withdraw behind the hill as well. But the downside to this is he can't actually shoot further up into the cover, only onto the flags. Kuzzle's struggling to hold in, as Achantis is trying to come in center. Relatively safe buys, but that half track was definitely a useless one. As you can see, it's just totally static now. As ProboX gets the center point.
Yeah, you're right. I think this was the point when we were testing this, is if the game was even moving, because it's just no one's moving at all. There's no movements on the movement. Oh, it looks like the half track, it's just shooting. It's not really doing much, so.
Yeah, hopefully this was... I was just going to say, hopefully this is what actually happens, because we're dual casting a replay and we have to pause it at the right moment, and it's quite buggy, so hopefully it goes to plan as we see. Kazul coming on the western point, going far on the west, but he's actually...
That's very interesting, huh?
He's actually been spotted though, but so the charge unit is also out by ProboX, and I think he's going to go try find those infantry squads behind his lines. But here comes a BTA-7A, a decent buy I suppose, lacking a bit of infantry killing power at the moment now for Kuzzle, but he can now take out the 20 mil. But it's in a very good position to withdraw, so this is the reason why I suppose he put it here. As you can see, he's going behind the hill now, and I don't think he can see it anymore, as ProboX is nicely probing in between there to try and take out the 20 mil, but does not hit its mark. Reinforcements from Kuzzle of infantry squads, really... I think now it's time for ProboX to come to the center point, which he is going through.
We didn't even talk about the BT-7A. We didn't even really think about it a whole lot, but it's not doing too bad. Although it didn't make that 20 mil move back.
Yeah, I don't know now, because really, I can see he's got 400 MP. This is Kuzzle. He can afford a Chinu, anything really to take it out.
Yeah, anything right
It's really a half track, then straight to a BTA. That's really risking your anti-tank capabilities, and that's one of his weaknesses now. And he's going to exploit that now. Kazul going a Chinook, and will be able to really make that BTA run away. Also that half track as well. Let's see what it can kill.
It's a good time to pull it up though, because that 20 mil did move back under that hill. So now or never.
Oh, first shot takes out the BTA and also the half track, and that's pretty much 2 vehicles down in the space of seconds. And now the 20 mil is out at the right moment. Great timing from Kuzzle, and we'll be able to cap the left point with the home guard. And the Chinu is now king of the field. I think that's a good buy also from Kazul going to Chinu instead of the Chihi. As Chihis, P3s, I think are pretty bad versus the Soviets. So yeah, center now, ProboX coming in. Kazul coming in. One remaining guy from Kazul. Looks like he has it. Yeah, with the Chinu, I think he can penetrate T-34s if they're not angled that well, whereas the Chihi can't penetrate it whatsoever.
Right,
so good choice.
It's only 100 extra MP. I mean, with that amount of MP up his sleeve, yeah, I definitely agree with you. It's good right in there.
I think as I guess if you're fighting UK, Chihi's probably better because you can take out the Crusader AA and also can 50-50 most of the units. But yeah, it's quite unique with the Soviets. All the T-34 tanks, even the cheap ones, like 360 MP one, can't get killed by the Chi very easily. Shock infantry coming to the eastern point. Nothing really weight from ProboX coming. He just needs to counter the tank, I guess. The Chinu just needs to be countered. He can't get infantry really to attack any of the points on the eastern center because the 20 mil is out now in a decent range and will be able to attack that shock infantry coming up, I believe. Oh no, he actually doesn't have a shot, does he? He doesn't have a shot on the left. Actually, that's a pretty bad position to cover 2 flags. Just noticed.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you could bring it up a little bit farther, but then you need to support it with infantry, and at this moment he really doesn't have a ton. He's bringing some more, although I don't know what they're doing in the background here.
I think there's a few better positions, but maybe a bit forward so you can shoot down to the riverway. As right now, yeah, it's covering on 1 flag, but nice finish off by that Chinu from Kuzzle. Takes out the BT. We've seen so many times how repaired tanks in this tournament turns the game around. As you know, Simers, you've probably repaired 20 tanks in that game versus Chino.
Yeah, only to get them destroyed.
It's the worst. It's the worst getting killed by your own tank. You just, got no one to blame but yourself.
Damn Greyhound.
Full charge unit coming out from ProboX, but really nothing to support it. But that being said, because he's buying all these special infantry, he is banking now for his MP for a tank, I believe. And here it is, I think. What is it? Ooh, that's a big one. I didn't expect it to be that big.
Yeah, I was going to say, with all those special units, the charge just gives you that flexibility of MP for some reason. But wow, that's a big... I don't know if you need that big boy right there. Maybe the 57 would serve him better.
T-34 85, yeah, that 57... Wow. I find 57 better because it's more accurate, maybe less range, a bit less penetration, but not by much. 80 in a 1v1? 85.
It's only a cheat.
What can it kill? As versus the Japanese, if you look at their arsenal in terms of tanks, the one up after Chinu is pretty much the Chito, and that's quite impossible to get in a 1v1.
Right, that's 800 MP if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and even the 85 can't 1v1 the Chito. Chinu...
Right, so you're basically just saying I would buy an 85 to counter a Chinu, but really you could, use that MP a little bit more wisely. Let's see how it goes though.
Correct,
maybe
yeah.
he's going to play on 2 flags, and maybe he's learned that maybe he can't infantry with Kazul at this moment. Who knows?
Perhaps it could definitely work. I guess it's more safer than the 57, a little bit safer because you have the extra range and a bit extra armor. But that being said, yeah, 57 is so accurate and
one thing I'm
cheap.
noticing is if this is wrong in my replay, correct me. But he's got his 85 on hold fire. If you're gonna have such a big tank,
Same as me.
Is there any necessary? Is it necessary to put on hold fire or?
I don't know.
I mean, what do you usually? You don't put yours on hold fire unless you're trying to catch a tank by surprise, for example, right?
True. I guess he's really paranoid about the shell changing. That's the biggest problem, I guess.
Okay. Well,
he's pretty close to the front lines, in fact. So it's quite dangerous. But ooh, nice shot from ProboX. Crew injured. Maybe the next one. I don't know if it's in the fog of war or not. Ooh, track.
Ooh.
Let's take a see. One more shot. Bam. There it goes. I don't know if that timing was right on your replay. Was that the right time?
Yeah, about the right time.
Okay, you can laugh now at the moment, so it'll sink. Oh, Jesus, lucky bastard! Did you see that? ProboX ran up with 80 grenade, crew injured on the T-34, and that really should have destroyed it. That was a game changer and could have, yeah, it could have been end game almost, with such an expensive tank being lost, and with the mortar out, the 20mm out, infantry won't survive at all. But this is now a trouble situation, or not actually, because Kuzzle now has a 75mm.
Yeah, 75 AA. Yep, coming
Sorry,
up.
75 AA. He has everything on the field to kind of win this game in terms of power. There's really not much to counter at the Soviet end. BT, a bit hard to actually get into the range. It's got pretty shitty range, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think 130 range on the HE.
Yeah, that sounds about right. What he probably needs to do is really push this last flag, though, which,
far out. Look at
pretty
the
locked down.
Jesus, look at the slaughter of the.
It's just, oh my god, it is filling up my screen.
He's doing well though to hold that one flag. It's one thing I think some players don't do, is that holding of the one flag to stop the 3-cap, because even though games are one-sided, if you hold 1 point, the game can last 30 minutes. As the game versus Chino with you held 1 point the whole game, but you're pretty much screwed most of the game on Deb. It lasted 30 minutes almost. 75mm. 75mm being pushed up now. It's got the range. It's got 140 range, I believe. So it's going to be hard to counter. I don't know what ProboX can do to counter this. He can't push on the right. Oh, he can actually. That 20mm is pretty bad position.
You know what he needed. You know what he needs is he needs that T60, and that 85 is locking him down with MP. I'm sure. I can't see his MP, so I don't know for sure what he's got. But man, a T60 on that side, little infantry, he'd have a 3-cap, no problem.
That's true. Yeah, that 20mm is definitely in an awkward position once again. I'm not too sure about that at all. He's really cautious, I guess, maybe with his positioning. Kazul now has the opportunity to come down to the center. Oh! And there it goes. Teppanyaki. Nice barbecue.
Nice barbecue there. Very nice. I feel like that's a third.
It's only recruits. It's only recruits. Yeah. Probably. I've seen 2 charges at least. No, 3 charges perhaps. No, I think I've seen 3 charges. I don't know. Can't remember.
Well, he may be out of hero points here.
Japanese team does have Kuzzle does have quite a lot of hero points. And we can go for the Banzai if he wants to later game. 85 though has been proven to be quite inefficient at the moment. It's scared to come out, and it should definitely be scared with that 75mm out. It's really been a very cautious game from both players. Their styles, yeah, I can sum it up by cautious. They're just probing with infantry on points, center points just being probed bit by bit, trying to get the flag, losing just infantry, but little gain from little gain from, what's the word? Not much risk.
Right, they're playing very safe, and the thing about Japanese right now is they got the mortar, they got the 20mm, they got the 75 AA. This is actually perfect gameplay for Kazul. He can play safe. He doesn't need to risk anything right now. That mortar's just gonna wear on ProboX, and it's just gonna drain him. So I'm thinking ProboX has got to do something here.
Yeah, even though you can see ProboX is winning 42-17, it's got a good lead, but it's really now the battle of attrition. In fact, as you can see, Kuzzle's infantry kills 132-93. That's pretty much 2/3, almost nearly double soon.
And
TT
charging troops to the middle is just not going to work at this stage. I mean, 20 mil mortar. I'm not buying that.
Yeah, I agree totally. That's Kuzzle can play that strategy, but ProboX definitely needs to change it a bit. I don't know what he can do, because this is pretty much the moneymaker for Japanese right now. The combo that he has on the field, he's got everything he needs to win this game. Soviets.
He really does. Yeah, he's got everything he needs. I would rather be in his position for sure right now. Let's put it that way.
But here's the BT. Let's see what happens. This is the gun that could potentially lob some shells over and take out the 75, but the 75 does have range, I think, on it, so it looks like it's going to go for the shot, and this will be the game, I guess, one of the next game changes to ensure that Kuzzle stays in for a victory. Let's take a look. He's moving a bit closer. Perhaps he doesn't have the range, or maybe he's far shotting. It's 130. It's 130 range, and he does it. Takes out the hull. Just needs to finish it off. T-34 is going to take a shot as well, but now he's moving back. He's just tried a lucky AP snipe on that 75 mil. So back to hiding for that T-34-85, a very expensive vehicle to do nothing. This is the dilemma now, right now. What can the Soviets do? What can they do other than from that BT-7A luck shot to just try to get lucky and not get killed, which I think goes in the advantage of Kazul, because he has the, I guess, the shot first, because the BTA will definitely reveal itself before the AT gun.
Right, exactly.
And BT is so inaccurate as well. What can he do other than outplay him? For me, I don't know. I think I might just charge a T660 down the eastern point and then try flank somehow with infantry.
Exactly. That's exactly what I do. I mean, I don't know. If he afforded the BT7, I don't know why he wouldn't have just gone the T60. But I guess he wanted to try that, try to take out those emplacements there. The problem with the Japanese emplacements is they really can't move much, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? They're so slow in movement that you may want to play, I guess, play to their weakness and basically get on the move. And tech in the eastern point would be my strategy, certainly. But you need an infantry killer, though. You're not going to take down those machine guns that are in, basically in defense there.
How good would that rocket, T60 rocket, be special for vehicle right now?
Yeah, that could definitely work.
But I guess you wouldn't want to spend your points on that with the charge. You just don't want to. In 1v1, it's too expensive, I guess.
He's already spent. I mean, we said we saw 2 shock, we saw 2 charges, so he can't have much right now. I don't know what he's got, but he can't have much.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just so powerful, this combo with Japanese. You've seen it again with Pringles time and again with this Japanese combo of units. You just can't really counter it easily without outplaying the enemy, to be honest. Especially as the Soviets, they don't have a decent SPG, not even a STA, not even a 105. Actually, 105, 95 mils would be great, actually, with Japanese. But as the Soviets, and I think I might take a playbook out of Sausage Stab is maybe Arty is okay versus Japanese as Soviets.
Right. If you want to play that stagnant type of gameplay, then yeah, I could see that. If you want to charge in, yeah, that's not working. That looks like that 20 mil does have range over there, quite a bit. Maybe that's just the half track though. Maybe the half track's
higher profile.
Too tall.
Perhaps. I think it has range. I'm not sure. I think it has range at the bottom part on the very side, but when it gets up a bit higher, no. Looks like it's gonna be
just on the hill right here would be perfect though. T60 could shoot 80, 90 meters down that way.
Yeah, that's right. His AT capability is quite immobile right now. So, and it'll be great actually. In fact, to just stand up that hill.
I mean,
that's definitely what I'll do. Yeah.
That's what I would have bought 15 minutes ago.
Exactly.
15. But 10 minutes ago. T60 charge, and you have that flag right now. He'd have to position his other troops. And, the thing about the mortar and the 20 mil and the 75AA, he's going to be CP capped. So,
exactly.
To an extent, you don't necessarily have to take those units out. They're all together. Now, the 20 mil would be nice to go down because
that's
shooting your infantry. But
that's really true. Yeah, the big big pain right now is 20 mil. You can see his infantry spread on the map is quite good, but they're very minimal. There's only a few guys on each little areas. He can have infantry domination, and especially the Soviets with the charge and CP, you have the infantry domination. So definitely, yeah, the Eastern Point, this is definitely the play. I guess it's easier said than done when you're in the game. There's a lot of pressure going on, but T60 on the hill, in my opinion, as you said, will be the best play right now, forcing that 75 mil to try counter it somehow to go closer, and that will enable him to get 2 flags. And you can see how Kuzzle's not even pressuring the Western Point, is because it's just too much. Too much CP capped.
Yeah, I just don't think he has enough to pressure, and to be honest with you, he doesn't need to pressure at all. And oh my god, the partisans down the middle. He's taking a playbook out of mine there. Apparently, that's just not gonna work. I'm noticing an SMG guy getting a little sneaky though in the background here by Kazul. He's doing a really good job there. Well, he doesn't really need to do much. I mean, he's probably looking at the screen saying, "Huh, how long is it going to take me to tick up to 100 points here?"
Yeah. Oh, danger time though. T34 nearly takes out the Type 92 armored vehicle, and now it's the 75 mil is being moved for some reason, but dangerously, the Type 92 is being taken out. That 75 mil now is not facing the right way, so perhaps can be AP sniped. I don't think he sees it though, because he's still shooting at the Type 92 vehicle. Now the 75 mil is turning around, but also the SMG is nearly at the point of grenading that T3485. It's in a very good position. Maybe the AT gun doesn't need to do anything. Here it goes. Here comes the AT grenade. Nothing is in the vicinity, and will take the engine. Oh, it doesn't take the engine, takes everything, and its hull destroyed. And Kuzzle, ProboX is in the world of pain. What can he go now? I wonder what the MP situation is like, as Kuzzle's got 1,000 MP. That's attritional warfare to the extreme. On a 1v1, 1,000 MP, he can buy a Cheeto, maybe even a Chi-Ri, just to... Maybe he can buy that, just for fun.
He can buy a Chi-Ri and for Bonsai just for kicks. Plus you can go kamikaze, I'm just saying.
186 to 105, double the score points in kills. This is attritional warfare to the extreme. Another BTA7 try to get lucky, and it may. Let's have a look at this next shot. Ooh, it just decrewed it, so let's see if it does take it out, but even if it does take it to 75 mil, it can quite easily replenish anything he loses.
It's on fire, yeah.
It's on fire, there it goes. Here is ProboX coming into the center, somehow managing to get there without the 20 mil shooting anything, but wow. Do you see 220mm on the field? Or is that the demo being wrong? Sorry, is that the...
220 mils, let's take a look. Yes, I see 220 mils, and they're in the same position.
That's
I
very...
don't see that every day.
Very interesting. He's very CP capped, and he goes that for some reason.
You know,
Hopefully...
it's funny because sometimes 20 mils in placements like this actually have less CP than like a full squad. For example, as opposed to going singles, maybe
actually,
it's
no,
just not
you're
going
right.
singles.
You're right, 7.5 CP, that's actually half the Voltstrom squad or conscript squad. So it actually isn't a bad choice, to be honest, especially on Deb. It's not, to be honest, not that much of a problem having bad mobility, because you can cover a flag from 2 points. So if you have 220 mils on both sides, this is just massive infantry killing capability.
It's a little overkill strat. Let's get real. He's got a mortar.
He's got a fucking mortar.
That's not even shooting.
220 mils. Yeah.
25AA. It's a little overkill. I think, to be honest with you, once that 85 went down, he could have this game wrapped up if he just pressured this flag. With all the infantry killers, I mean, to be honest with you.
He doesn't want just infantry kills, he wants infantry massacre right now. It's just going nuts. And that 175 mil protecting them all, but doesn't matter if he loses it because he can afford a cheetah straight off the bat, bonsai, whatever he wants. Just end it, mate. Seriously.
I know, right? I'm pretty sure most yeah, you don't see this every day. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on. Is this a special Finnish thing or something? They just go Japanese and just go this specific combo, play the same way. He's plays similar to Pringles in somewhat, but I think Pringles is a bit less cautious and kind of knows how to take the advantage sometimes.
Pringles would have known his MP situation and easily would have, he would have been able to take this flag, no problem.
It'll be at the spawn and take the 3 cap by now. That's one thing I do find Pringles are a bit slow at. Taking 3 cap, which could probably mean also that he doesn't want to risk it too. So
Yeah,
he's got a kind of a cautious bone in him, but it's all calculated.
Not another player while we're spectating here, but there's not a whole lot going on, to be honest with you. But I think Kuzzle does a great job in understanding where his MP's at, and basically, time and score. He's really good at conserving MP, but also using it, and he seems to get the most efficiency out of all of his units. Is one thing I noticed about him.
It's a similar style too, and as they're both from Finland, Kazul and Pringles. And if he does go through, oh, there it goes. I think that's a GG. Did your thing quit as well?
Yep, mine is done.
ProboX did quit and quit early, and that's fair enough, in fact, because it was going to go on for another 10 minutes of nothing.
I'm actually glad he quit, and then, we didn't need to wait for another 10 minutes there.
Yep. Okay, let's check out the second game. Good game.